Hey everyone, today I want to talk about non-drug psychedelic experience. Now you might be thinking, what in the world is that? Basically, this is a practice I've been experimenting with quite a bit lately, and its genesis comes from my experimentation in psychedelic assisted therapy. So for my new book, Open, I've been exploring psychedelic assisted therapy with one of the world's leading experts at Naropa. She's the head of their Psychedelic Studies there. And it's been amazing, transformative, so powerful. And yet one of the things I've also discovered is that this kind of therapy, which involves the actual psychedelic drug compound, can be incredible in terms of its healing power, but can also be incredible in terms of its risk. So there's an alternative practice that could either be a supplement to traditional psychedelic assisted therapy or a standalone practice where we take away the psychedelic compound, but we continue exploring the benefits of the psychedelic experience. So this is what I'm calling non-drug psychedelic experience. And the basic idea comes from one of the insights of Stanislav Grof. So you might know his name. He was one of the pioneers of psychedelic assisted therapy. And the way he thought about psychedelics was as a non-specific amplifier. So in other words, psychedelics turn up the volume in the mind on certain qualities of the psyche, which allow us to become more open or to experience certain states that aren't available in ordinary consciousness. So psychedelics are non-specific amplifiers. But this is where things get really interesting because psychedelic compounds, LSD, ketamine, MDMA, ayahuasca, etc., these aren't the only amplifiers out there. We can also find amplifiers in the form of breathwork or music. So the basic idea behind this practice of non-drug psychedelic experience is that we can use an amplifier like music as an alternative to the drug. So the question becomes, all right, how do you do this practice? Here's how I would recommend trying it out. Lie down on the ground, palms facing up. I recommend using an eye mask if you have one. If you have noise canceling headphones or earbuds, those can also be really helpful. And then put on your favorite blissed out music that allows your mind to just sort of explore and open a little bit. And if you don't have any tracks that you love or you're looking for new ideas, on Spotify, if you look up Nate Klemp, you can find 3 different playlists that I've put together specifically for this purpose of non-drug psychedelic experience. So that's the starting point. And then as you lie back listening to the music, the key is to allow yourself to open, allow the mind itself to open. And this, I think, is really important because it's different than other kinds of practice. If you think about a practice like meditation, what are we up to in meditation? Well, the goal is to essentially strengthen the muscle of focused attention. So we are trying to focus our attention on the sensations of breath. There is an active amount of effort going on there. With non-drug psychedelic experience, it's less about focusing our attention, more about intention. So in this case, the intention is just to allow ourselves to open. Another way to think about it is, as you go into this experience, see if you can just say yes to whatever arises. So once you've experienced that for a while, you'll just begin to notice a number of different things. You may notice a kind of open experience of relaxation. You may notice the Buddhist insight of impermanence, that everything is constantly changing, whether it's your thoughts or your emotions or the music. And see if you can just hang out in that experience. Now, in terms of the duration or the time, I would recommend somewhere around 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you can, the sweet spot for me anyway is about 25 to 30 minutes. And this becomes just like one of my favorite parts of the day. I feel like I almost like wake up with more energy, more mental clarity, and it's really quite amazing. So try it out, see what you experience, see what you explore, and And again, this can be a standalone practice, or if you are actively engaged in psychedelic assisted therapy or you're taking psychedelics for some other reason, this can be a really powerful way to integrate that practice. You can think of it almost like microdosing, not the compound, but microdosing the actual experience of psychedelics in your everyday life. Thanks so much.